Well, what's up guys? Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Today we are going to be starting off 2022 with a install that I've been putting off for a while, but I'm super excited to do it for my daily driver. We're going to be installing a 2.5-inch leveling kit on the 2019 Dodge Ram 1500. It's the 5th gen. Love this truck. Man, it's just such a nice daily driver, having a truck, taking it on road trips. But knowing me, I needed to look a little bit more aggressive, a little bit less economical apparently. So we're gonna do a 2.5-inch level kit in the front to kind of level out the truck a little bit, and eventually sometime this year put on some new wheels and tires and just give it a little bit more of an aggressive look. But I'm super excited. I've been putting it off for a while now, but finally have the time on New Year's Eve right now. Yeah, so let's get started. Nice little truck, fits in the inside the garage. That's great. Let's get started. Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is remove the 2 bolts that are holding the brake caliper. We're just going to remove the brake caliper, and it's just a 5/8 socket. So let's do that. Alright, so we got the caliper off. I just zip tied it here to the sway bar. And we're just going to go ahead and now remove the upper bolt right here. The upper control arm bolt is a 13/16. We're going to try to take that off with the impact. If we can, we'll use a wrench. Alright guys, now after unscrewing this bolt right here, we're going to bang it with a hammer and hopefully it comes out. Alright guys, so we got that out. We have a jack supporting it just in case so it doesn't fall. It's a good idea, especially that I have to unscrew the tie rod right now as well. So now we're gonna continue and we are going to unscrew this tie rod right here. So the tie rod down here is also a 13/16. We're gonna take that off with the impact, or you could use a wrench, whichever. Alright guys, and then what we're gonna do next, let me give you guys some more light here. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna remove the sway bar link. So all you do is you use a 8mm wrench and a 18mm wrench. So the way you do it is you have to unscrew this back bolt. You put the 18mm first, and then the 8mm on the top here to see if you guys can even see it, and the 8mm on the top here, so you hold it and then unscrew it with the 18mm. All right, so we got our strut here. Now all we're gonna do is we are gonna put the spacer on top of it. So here's the spacer. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna screw in these screws right here. These are gonna be our new studs, and these are just a 5/16 hex. So we're just gonna screw these in, we're gonna tighten them down, and then we're gonna slap this on top of the strut. All right, so we got our spacer here with the new studs. Now we're just gonna slap it on top of here, and we're gonna tighten it down with the bolts that are holding the strut originally. So it's just a 16mm. All right, guys, so we got our spacer on here, nice and tight and screwed on. Now let's try to put this back in the truck. We're gonna have to do some prying, try to get that in there. All right, guys, after much struggle, we got that bolt in right there. Now we're gonna put everything else back on. We're gonna put in this right here, put in the tie rod in here. We're gonna screw back on the sway bar, and then we're gonna try to connect the control arm back into here. Probably just jack it up to get it aligned, and that's it. Pretty much done. We just put everything back on. Alright guys, just a quick driver side note. There's a little harness on the very back bolt here. You just carefully peel that off, just right off, and it should come out pretty easy. Then you take off the bolt. Alright guys, so here it is, it's done. Nice little 2.5-inch leveling kit in the front. Might be hard to tell the difference. I will put in a before and after picture. I wasn't able to take a video before I got started, but definitely a lot more clearance in the front here. It's great. Super stoked about it. Can't wait to get some wheels. Hope you guys liked it. Alright guys, that is all. Hope you enjoyed the video. We did have slight issues in the beginning where I couldn't find the wheel lug lock that was on the vehicle originally. They didn't give me one, so I had to tear off that lug and then find new ones, but we got through it. We got everything done. Everything was smooth. It was a pretty easy process. I hope my video helped you. I think it's a must-have on Dodge Rams. Just adds a nice little 2.5-inch lift in the front, and I like the leveled look a lot more versus the truck leaning forward. Next up is hopefully some headlights that we're waiting on, and then we're going to be tinting some small components, so stay tuned, subscribe. Not just for the Ram, but we have a lot of other content coming up with the Jeep and the S2000. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.